Okay, it is September 22nd, and this is episode 3 of the MBA show.
Woo!
Nice. We're coming to you live from the MIT campus in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
And you can visit us at thembashow.com.
Wait a second, Tom. Wait a second. I thought we were Sloan TV.
That reminds me, we have a new name. This will be, I guess, the last episode of Sloan TV and the first episode of the MBA show.
So why are we ending Sloan TV and moving on to the MBA show, Tom?
Well, it's a sad story, actually. So it's a bit of a misbranding debacle.
We screwed up, kind of big time.
We screwed up. Okay, big time. Yeah. So we named our show Sloan TV, thinking that would embody who we were, and we were Sloan. But our target audience is really national MBAs, so it doesn't really fit. So we needed to switch, and boy, was it painful.
So enough of us. Like, what does this teach people for business?
Yeah, so I think the takeaway here is when you start a company or a new project at a big company, you have to be very careful about what you think of as little decisions early on in that project, because when you name something, when you set up a website, that is it. That is the name, that is the website. You can't change that. Well, you can, but it's painful.
And here's what we learned we needed to start from, which is every mistake that we've made thus far is when we didn't start from our branding. So our branding and our target viewer, that's you out there, is the MBA student, not the Sloan student. And every time and every decision we've made based on that branding, roughly, good decision. Every decision we have made not based on that branding, roughly, really hideously atrocious decision.
Yes, exactly.
So start with your branding.
And that carries over to all business, which is a great lesson.
Let's move on to our headlines.
All right, what's the headline this
week? Headline.
Babson's number one!
Babson's number one!
Woo! We won! We won!
No, we don't go to Babson. We don't go to Babson. We go to MIT. Crap.
So what did they win?
So the Princeton Review and Entrepreneur Magazine released their top 25 business schools for entrepreneurship. And everyone in this room here on campus at MIT will be terrified to know that Sloan doesn't even make the top 25 entrepreneurial schools in the country.
Wait, but I don't like the list. I think that, so they have a ranking system that they've used, but I don't like it that much.
So to give you a sense, number 1, Babson. Number 2, Chicago Booth School. Number 3, the Ross School at University of Michigan. Number 4, BYU Marriott. All good schools.
Well, I mean, so Booth is a great school. I applied to Booth. I love Booth. Booth is great.
Did they let you in?
I think I'm waitlist. I think I'm still on the Booth waitlist, actually. I never took myself off. But Booth is not an entrepreneurship school. It's a great school, not an entrepreneurship school.
So here's the deal, as near as we can understand with what they did. Entrepreneurship Magazine and Princeton Review really looked for schools where a high percentage of the activities had to do with entrepreneurship. So things like percentage of the faculty who are entrepreneurs, scholarships for entrepreneurship students,
number
scholarship
of clubs
money,
who are entrepreneurs.
Number of clubs,
related.
entrepreneurship
I feel like we
related.
should have won that.
So what happens here is that schools that are really focused on entrepreneurship bubble up to the top on this list.
But that's just correlated to size.
So
right?
what should it be then?
Well, so I think that we need some more subjective metrics. So for example, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm in the entrepreneur community. I know entrepreneurs here in Chicago and California, and there's a sense on the street of where the best places to go to do entrepreneurship are, and one of them is not Chicago.
Look, rankings are bullshit. There's just no way around this. Like, all of these rankings are nonsense. Like, it's not even worth trying. Frankly, if you were number 1 on this list, you'd be like, this is the right criteria.
Yeah, right,
this is the way that we should grade entrepreneurship. All you care about is what rank you come out on these lists. They're for marketing.
But there's something on this list that should be there, which is there should be a peer ranking of entrepreneurship.
What would that get us?
So, like, for example, in undergrads, when you do U.S. News and World Report, they go around and they ask all the undergrad schools, like, who do you think is the best undergrad school? And then they all peer evaluate one another. And so Harvard always comes up on the top of those lists because everybody says Harvard's number 1, right? So there should be a peer ranking because the people that are in the club know who's at the front of that club. And maybe Babson is at the front. I don't dispute that. So Babson focused on entrepreneurship. Babson very entrepreneurially oriented. People go there for that. So they're a great candidate to be on this list. But the other names like Ross, BYU Marriott School, I mean, so these are just not names that I think of when I think entrepreneurship. Right?
So business takeaway from me, and you may disagree, you want to build up your brand? Make a list. Make the criteria of that listing what you want to be ranked high on. Get a reputable person to help do it, and run forward. It's a great way to build yourself up.
So Miro, tell me what happened with the ninja attack.
Ninja attack. We are going to be having a runoff. Thank you, everyone.
Why do we have a runoff?
Thank you, everyone who voted for your ninja attacks. There were 3 candidates that emerged up top.
And we had a three-way tie. Three-way tie.
Three-way tie.
Three-way tie.
3 times.
2. That was too fast.
Okay.
That was a dork high five.
Oh, God. Okay, so we are now going to be having a runoff at our new website, thembashow.com.
And what are the 3 classes?
The 3 classes that are in line for us to create a ninja attack in those classes are System Dynamics, New Enterprises, and Power Negotiation.
So if you're in System Dynamics, New Enterprises, or Power and Negotiation, what you need to do is go to thembashow.com and you need to click on our voter poll. You vote for your class. Whoever gets the most votes, we will come to your class.
Ninja attack.
And you can vote every day.
Wait, you don't have to vote just once?
No, you can vote every day.
Cheat.
Live cheat steal.
Tom, what's the
All
jargon?
right, what is the jargon this week? So the jargon this week is actually going to be a throwback. It's something that many of our viewers probably already know, and it's a term for the cohorts that MBA schools put their early classmates into.
So, as most of you know, and this happens in virtually every MBA school, they divide the big class into groups of about 60 people. And either for the first semester or the first year, you're going to take all of your classes, or almost all of your classes, with those 60 people. Generally, at most schools, they're called sections.
Sections. And
Stanford,
at Sloan, they're
Harvard, at Sloan, they're called oceans for some unnecessarily dorky name.
And because we call them oceans, then our core teams are named after
oceans.
Birds, which doesn't make any sense at all.
Anyways, so why do schools do this? What's the benefit of this?
So I think the benefit is that you have a large community because you want to have as many students as possible, get the money coming in, but then you need to have a sense of a smaller, manageable friend base. So they put you in smaller communities, and those are the oceans. So I'm very close to my ocean, which is the Caribbean Ocean, and I know all the people in Caribbean, so I'm very close to them, and I think it's a great idea.
And the more loyalty you have to your school, the more social loyalty you have, the more money the donors get. So business takeaway. When you got a big group, think about dividing it into small, close-knit social groups and putting those groups through trials. Great thing is the business world provides plenty of that. Like, people who have endured things together become friends, they form bonds, and you get work out of them. You get those social connections.
Just like our studio audience has endured the taping of this show. So they're all bonded now. Yeah?
I'm surprised they never thrown
free beer. All right. What is the business school tip of the week?
Small decisions early in a venture have big consequences later on. We've been living this particular tip this week. What's it look like?
Yeah, so I've had to go onto the website. We had to change our Facebook fan page. That was the worst thing. So we lost all of our likes.
This is changing from Sloan TV to the MBA show.
Yeah, we had to move from the MBA show from Sloan TV to the MBA show on our website. So we lost all of our analytics data. So now it looks like we have no website visits. We had to make all our logos again. We had to change our email. We had to change our blog. We had to change this and that. There's a list of about 30 things.
And we've been doing this for 3 weeks, and we put in almost the exact same amount of energy up till now into this. So pay attention early. Decisions you make come back to bite you.
So what's on your radar?
This weekend, I'm going out to Cape Cod. My wife's aunt is getting married to a lady.
Yes.
It is a great time that we live in. It's like a beautiful thing. These are 2 people who didn't think really that marriage was ever going to be in their cards. Dot Sherrill, I am super happy for you, and I'm so excited to be celebrating.
And it's all thanks to the state of
Massachusetts.
Okay.
Tom, what's on your radar? What's on your radar this week?
I am going to Italy in 5 hours. Woo! Yeah, and so is one of our studio audience members.
Why are you going to Italy, Tom?
And we'll be sailing in the Rolex Regatta. So there's 8 of us from Sloan that are going to represent Sloan at the MBA Regatta against, I guess, pretty much the other top 20 business schools.
You are such a douchebag.
You're right. That should have been our headline for business porn.
Oh, yes. MBA douchebags go to Italy.
Sail an expensive race.
Anyways,
we'll cover that next week.
Yeah, we look forward to when you get back. As always, I'm Miro Kaz.
I'm Tom Rose, and you've been watching
Sloan TV.
TheMBAShow.com.
Oh.